I just wanted to share my opinion on the amateur MX bikes supercross series. Um, so I'm just gonna fucking talk about it. With I don't have any script. I just have a plan. Kind of see like if it's a good concept, because in the beginning I was a bit skeptical to like the format they were running with all the people getting like you can't race if you go too fast, etc. So I thought we would begin by looking at real life. We have the uh, Supercross futures, and then we have the 250 results for combined qualifying. Here you can see the time for getting in the 250 was a 104. Um, so you can see here, this is where the line will go for the futures to be able to qualify into the pros. Best time was 59.6, and the best time was a 58 here. So it's a bit different. The main difference is in the pro, it's very compact, while here it's not as compact. And I think this is important to consider when you look at if it's a good format for the MX Bikes Amateur series. Although it might not be the same, it's I think it's good to consider this. Then we have the 250 West MX Bikes qualifying for San Francisco round 2. And we can see the time to get in is a 103. And then we go to the amateurs, and you can see a 103. Roughly, let's say like 17 people or so would get into the actual pro ranks. And this is on the same track, and that's why I picked the San Francisco round. So about 17 people from amateurs had a time fast enough to be able to qualify them for EU, which might not be the best comparison, because this is it's marketed as called America, that place, but I think people from Europe play this as well. Moving on, we have this is the last round, Detroit, the amateurs, and then we have the European 250 East. You see the time to get in is a 50.59. Line would go well about here. Yeah, so let's say like 27 people got a fast enough time to qualify. But keep in mind, this round was played on two separate tracks. The amateurs had their own amateur track, which from my really short experience, was basically the same track, but the pro version had ruts and just a bit rougher. So the amateurs is naturally gonna be faster because they have a easier and faster track. But the thing with this is, in amateur they have a cutoff. So um, they basically kind of take roughly the qualifying time needed for the pro, and then everyone in amateurs that go faster than this time won't get into the race. I will show you the official message. Like this week, cutoff was 50 flat. Uh, yeah, so these people got kicked from the race, if you say so. Now, this is both good and bad in my opinion. Um, the reason is to not so you can't not like uh, play the amateurs races because they are easier if you can run in the pros, because a lot of these people are able to uh, play in the pro races. So that's kind of the reason why they have that, and I think that's really good because otherwise anyone could just play the amateurs um, series and win it very easy because they are a pro playing against worse people. However, it in the beginning felt kind of weird, like people getting kicked, like without them like getting a warning. Uh, but I think it's kind of good to like keep the pros out of the amateurs. Now, one thing to keep in mind is the amateur series is not like the same as futures. I feel like because futures is kind of for the younger riders, like 16, 18. But it's not kind of the same way here, because here is like the less experienced people, and I think it's really good that they got a beginner track without the ruts, because I personally really enjoyed the ruts, but if when I started playing Supercross, I would not have liked having ruts because it's just so much harder because it's bumpy like in going into a jump, so it's harder to like send it into a rhythm section. Now they also have if you qualify for anything, like if you manage to qualify into a heat or an LCQ depending on the format, you are banned from the amateurs. This is really good in my opinion because that is another way like um, to get the pros out of the amateurs. Now I still feel like there's a lot of people that should be playing the pros but still plays the amateurs. But I think it's a question about like is giving it time, because it's hard like doing an amateur series when you can't decide who's gonna play it really. Like you have to like ban them from the series essentially, and you can't just go like by age or something, because a lot of people playing like MX bikes is gonna be younger, so you like can't make it that way because there's a lot of fast young riders as well. Um, so you kind of have to see who is fast, and then as time goes on, just remove them from the amateurs to create an environment where they are only amateurs in the amateurs and pros in the pros. But I think like in 1 or 2 years, um, the amateur series is gonna be a really good place to start off, and I think the HSM who's running it doing a very good job. I played I played both the amateurs series and their factory outdoor series, and they are a good team. I will link their Discord for the amateur series and stuff in the description. Just want to like discuss this topic because I've been thinking about it. But I think we're onto something. I would have loved this like last year, so I like had the chance to get in to the game, and maybe I would have improved even more like last year. It's just a really good environment for learning, and it's only gonna get better as time goes, and like see what rules should be invented or changed, etc. But that kind of sums up the video, and I wish we see this for outdoor series and MX GP. Yeah, and that will do it.